annual volunteers meeting. We can't tell you how glad we are. It's not just seeing your faces virtually, and now to see your faces in person and meeting you all. It's a great pleasure. I welcome you all, and also all the volunteers who's joined us through Zoom. I remember Dr. Beulah Christie, mentioning that the volunteer services back in 1998 started off with a small group. And it was Amrita, one of her clients. She had come here for her checkup, and her mother, Mrs. Shanti Tirumalai, she was our first volunteer. And the recordings back then were recorded in analog format, and today it has reached around 1100 volunteers from across the world. Like, we have volunteers working. I mean, our voluntary services are 24/7, because when we are sleeping in India, we have volunteers working from US during their daytime. So that's how wonderful it is. And we are really glad. And to begin this wonderful program with you all, I welcome my colleague, Sadia Fatima, who's a physiotherapist with us. Sadia, thank you.
Good morning, all. A warm welcome and a pleasant welcome to all the volunteers over here. It's truly a pleasure, and it's an absolute pleasure to see all of you here today and to celebrate the spirit and compassion and dedication. This annual gathering is an obvious testament to the invaluable contributions of all our volunteers who selflessly devoted their time, their skills, and passion in order to support the individuals with the visual impairment. Your presence here today is a reflection of your unwavering commitment to our cause, and we are deeply grateful for you to be here today. The Institute for Vision Rehabilitation has always been at the forefront to provide the world-class services and to the individuals with visual impairment. We believe in a holistic approach and to the rehabilitation, not only focusing on the medical care, but also enhancing the overall quality of life of our clients with the visual impairment. Our volunteers play an indispensable role in achieving this goal, and through this dedication, you offering them a helping hand, a supportive shoulder, and a friendly voice to the who are all navigating the challenges of the visual impairment. Okay, so as we all gathered here today, let us take a moment to celebrate the spirit we have to support the individuals with visual impairment. In the year that has passed, we have seen the remarkable achievements, we have seen memorable stories, and our collective efforts to the people we are serving who are all visually impaired. Each small act of kindness, every moment spent listening and caring, all contribute to creating a brighter world for such clients. Together, we are breaking down the barriers, and we are helping them, those individuals with visual impairment, to realize their full potential in their lives. This annual meet is not only an occasion to express our gratitude, but also a platform to share experiences, our knowledge, and ideas. It's an opportunity for all of us to learn from each other and to strengthen our collective efforts to continue our noble mission in serving the people who are visually impaired. We encourage you to network, engage in discussions, and take back the insights which will help us to propel more further in our mission to support those individuals. On behalf of the Institute of Vision Rehabilitation, I would like to say my deepest gratitude and deepest appreciation to all of those volunteers who have supported, who have devoted their time, energy, passion, their dedication, and compassion to all the people, to all our clients who are really facing the challenges of the visual impairment. Let us come together in unity, celebrate our success, and dedicate ourselves to cause the empowering those with visual impairment. As we move forward, let our shared vision be the one where it can be reflected to the people who are going through the challenges of the visual impairment in their day-to-day life. and where those people are not recognized by their challenges but recognized by their potentials, as we are supporting them, motivating them to propel more further and living their lives with full potential. So our institute, LV Prasad Eye Institute, Institute for Vision Rehabilitation, has always been a beacon for hope and support to such individuals who are really going through the challenges of the visual impairment. My deepest appreciation and my sincere thanks to all of you for being here today. And thank you for making difference in the lives of those who are navigating the challenges of the visual impairment. Without your people efforts, without you people's dedication, we couldn't make it happen. And making such difference in life of so many people who are visually impaired. I would like to thank all of you for being here today. Thank you all.
Next, we have a presentation by my colleague Shobita Shankar, who's a rehab consultant, and she would be presenting on the services of Institute for Vision Rehabilitation and what's happening with the volunteer services we have. Shobita?
Very pleasant good morning to one and all gathered here. So I'm Shobita. I'm working here as a rehabilitation consultant. So once again, I welcome you all for this annual Volunteers Meet 2023. So let's move on to the presentation. So how it all started, the Institute for Vision Rehabilitation. So it was started in the year 1992, where we just started our services for a single disability, and then we further moved on for multiple disability, and furthermore our services grown up. We can't able to do everything by ourselves. That's why we need volunteers, and hope thankfully you guys helped us in achieving this as well, so that we could able to reach 0.26 million persons were served since 1992, so which is the greatest achievement. Thank you so very much. So let me just briefly explain what are the services that's been provided in the Institute for Vision Rehabilitation. So the first one is counseling for psychological well-being. So usually when the client is have been referred to the Institute for Vision Rehabilitation, maybe it is a child or an adult. Usually when they have vision loss, when they feel the hit, um, uh, when they feel like the vision is getting deteriorated, obviously humans mentality is to face a lot of mental health, emotional imbalances. So for that, we provide counseling and psychological support here. And as counselor, we also educate them what are the various opportunities available locationally, educationally. In that way, also we motivate them. So this is the first service we provide. So we provide to clients as well as clients' parents if they need it. And secondly, the low vision intervention or low vision care. So in low vision, usually when medical or surgical intervention doesn't work, or even the conventional glasses doesn't work, they usually refer them to low vision care. So in low vision, they assess the residual vision, or they assess the functional needs of a person. Based upon the needs, they prescribe low vision devices, so which you see in these images, like telescope or a portable video magnifier, stand magnifier. We have a lot of things, and we have committed optometrists to work on that as well. So this is one part of rehab, and the third is educational rehabilitation. So when I say educational rehabilitation, a child, or if a child needs prerequisite skills like a braille teaching before going to a school, so that services also we provide here. The first picture you see is a braille, where the child is learning how to type in braille. So the people who does it, of course everyone knows what's braille. Braille is a specified language for the person, for which was invented by Louis Braille. So he is learning that. And the second is tailor frame, we say, which is a mathematical device for children with visual impairment. And the third is the person is using a braille slate and a stylus to write in braille. So those things also, and those skill training also we teach in here as a part of educational rehabilitation. And then we have independent skills training. So in independence skills training, we have mobility training, home management skills training and all. Okay. Mobility training, home management skills training for women and men, for both we provide. So in mobility training, we have a lot of techniques. So we ask them to come in for training how to use cane and all that. And even we provide several trainings in using the smart cane, smart vision glasses. So that is also part of independent skill training we provide in here. And we have special needs services. So we have an early intervention unit. We call it as early intervention unit, where earlier we treat, the better the results would be for the child with vision impairment. So as a part, we have services like physiotherapy, speech therapy, vision stimulation therapy, where we teach visual skills, visual perceptual skills to children. And then we have SVI, which is Sanet Vision Integrator. So it's also a modelized or computer based training tool for children with vision impairment. So those services also we provide in at the Institute for Vision Rehabilitation. And then all of you know Digital Audio Library. So in 3 campuses we have in Hyderabad, Vijayawada and Bhubaneswar. And so far we have recorded like more than 5,800 plus titled books or articles or magazines, which is the greatest achievement, which wouldn't be possible by all the volunteers. It's all because of you. We are so grateful for that. And we have more than this. So this data, the beneficiary data is for the current year, is 3,050 plus beneficiaries in the present year. So it's also a good count. And then we have assistive technology. So as a part of assistive technology, we have IT training courses also provided for students in 3 months basis. So they cover a lot of things during that course period. So the course is not solely for teaching computer skills, but also for personality development, spoken English, and so on. So, and even we train them not only using computers, even to use the assistive softwares in mobiles, in the smartphones, in the daily living usage, like what are the things they have been doing. So as a part of this, they'll be keep on updating. Even the IT instructors have separate WhatsApp groups where they be updating students on various current trends, what's going on, what are the technologies been upbringing in this field. And then we have economic independence. So once a person is trained, once a student is trained in computer training, or so for all the personality spoken English thing, we just make them place. We have a job placement officer here. So he will be based upon the person's needs, the skill set, we'll place them in companies as well. So the first photograph you can see, a person has been placed in Apex, and in several companies we have a lot of alumni students who have been working. And in case if the person is not more in case if the person is not more have good literacy background, we prefer them going to self-employment and providing opportunities in that. So we also guide them in what are the ways they can go depending upon the culture, background, family situation. So everything we'll just consider that. And workshops and programs. So this one also, we have PAVE meeting which happens on second Saturdays, and we have continuous workshops, and we'll take on field trips, the students who come for IT monthly wise basis to visit companies and get to know what are the activities, what are the opportunities is available. So we do as a part of that. And then we have helpline services. So helpline services is from morning 8:30 to 5:30, where person can connect and they can call from anywhere and ask for occasional or educational guidance, and what are the ways they need guidance, the helpline support has been provided. So we have been reaching many more through our services, and one is our voluntary services. So I would like to highlight this quote: discovering your purpose in life is finding your gift. Sharing it with others is the essence of living. And I hope all of you share it with others so that you feel a presence of joy within you when you make other person's quality of life even better. So I want to highlight that. And so now we'll just see where it all started. So Aishwarya mentioned in the beginning of the session, she said in 1998 the voluntary services have been started. So for audio cassette recording it started, and now this is the reach today. You can see we have 123 volunteers, and we have, so this slide is quite busy and you can have a whole lot of data in it, like in which you're like the percentage of women, how many volunteers, and men, how many, and from different parts of the world. We also have from not only volunteers from India, from outside of country, where they work online, where they used to record books and send to us. So our volunteers, we have three domains. Like individual volunteers, they used to come by knowing through networking, and we have corporate partners and academic institutions. So individual volunteers, they usually come in the free time, like homemakers, retired staffs, and even our LVP own staff members, they usually come. And corporate partners, or and academic institutions. So academic institutions, we have Madan International School, St. Francis College, and Meridian School, Sai International School, Indus International School, Oak Ridge International School, the Aga Khan Academy. And in corporate sector, we have Persistent Foundation, IQVA, Medtronics, Synchrony, Tech Mahindra, Google, Oracle, Cognizant, Deloitte, Microsoft, Tata, Infosys, STC, Wipro, Accenture, Regal, Wells Fargo, Satman, Liquid Hub, and Shore. So they usually come during Saturdays, and they provide their services for us. So what are the voluntary services that has been here is, first one, we have voice lending, book editing, reader service, one-on-one teaching, scribe service, translation, conducting soft skills and spoken English classes, and funding support. So I'll just take you through each one. So voice lending, you all know, for recording audiobooks, we usually require voice because we receive a lot of requests from our patients, and we have recorded a lot of books so far in different languages. So for that, we need so voice lending. So these are our volunteers who have been working both offline as well as online. And then we have requests for book editing as well. Sometimes they bring us the hard copy and they need a soft copy, so converting PDFs to Word documents. So this service one. And we have reader service. So this reader service is generally for reading out, just to read out books to them, magazines or articles we require. And what's different from one-on-one teaching is, if they are student, they are preparing for exams, when they don't understand concepts, it's not only stop with reading, we also require like tutors to teach them the concepts in depth as well, for mathematics, physics, chemistry, or economics, anything like that. And we have scribe services for writing academic and recruitment exams. So for that also we need volunteers, and we are providing services. And for translating content, so this translating content is could be for our in-house as well. Whenever we are preparing any material, we need that to be translated in Hindi or different languages. So for that also we need volunteers, and we provide services. And then we have conducting soft skills and spoken English classes. So as I said, as a part of the IT training, we also provide soft skill classes, spoken English classes for our students, IT students. So for that also we need volunteers, and so many volunteers have been helpful in that part of teaching the visually impaired students in their personality development, or soft skills, spoken English as well. So these are some of the images which you can see. And then funding support. So this we have a WhatsApp group, Good Samaritan for volunteers, where we usually post what are the needs we have in that. So many clients have supported us. So this is the current year data. We have 252 and 600. We got it as a donation, as a part from a volunteer side. So that's it. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Shobita. We now have a video, but before that, I want to mention that let's say on an average, there are 7,125 hours, working hours per year, and our volunteers have served us 3,600 hours. So that speaks a lot, and we are very thankful. And we have a video, there'll be two videos. The first video is our volunteers speaking, sharing their experiences And the next video is about the services at the Institute for Vision Rehabilitation.
I always had an inner urge to do something for the society, which got an answer from LV Prasad Eye Institute in the form of audiobooks. I truly enjoy my work of giving voiceover.
It's an absolute pleasure to work with LV Prasad Eye Institute as a volunteer, and I'm always grateful to them for allowing me to provide my services and letting me to help many people with visual impairment.
I've been doing voluntary work for LV Prasad since 1 year. I contacted Mrs. Pratibha Rao and Mrs. Beulah and have started doing it now. I'm enjoying it because I'm learning a lot of new things like atomic energy, space, which we didn't do in school, but also reliving what all I learned in my school days.
నేను లాస్ట్ 3-4 ఇయర్స్ నుంచి LVPEI రీహాబిలిటేషన్ సెంటర్తో అసోసియేట్ అయి ఉన్నాను. నా రికార్డింగ్స్ ఫలానా స్కూల్కి పంపించాము, ఫలానా స్టూడెంట్కి పంపించాము అని ఇక్కడ స్టాఫ్ చెప్తుంటుంటే నా సర్వీసెస్ నీడీ పీపుల్కి ఉపయోగపడుతున్నందుకు చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది.
मैं आभारी हूँ अपने भाई श्री रवि श्रीवास्तव की, जिन्होंने मुझे LV प्रसाद आई इंस्टीट्यूट के श्री विनय से मिलवाया. ये कार्य जो हम लोग बच्चों के लिए कर रहे हैं जो दृष्टि से वंचित हैं, ये बहुत ही मुझे नोबल कार्य लगता है और सच बताऊं ये भगवत कृपा के बिना संभव नहीं है.
Very much thankful to LV Prasad for giving me chance to give my services to the people who are very close to my heart. I wish them all the best.
విజువల్లీ ఇంపైర్డ్ చిల్డ్రన్కి ఉపయోగపడే ఆటలు, పాటలు, సంగీతము, డ్యాన్సు, కథలు ఇలా ఎన్నెన్నో వినూత్నమైనటువంటి కార్యక్రమాలు అందిస్తున్న ఎల్వి ప్రసాద్ ఐ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లో వాలంటీర్గా వర్క్ చేయడం నిజంగా నా అదృష్టం.
ఈ పుస్తకాలను చదువుతున్నప్పుడు మళ్ళీ నేను ఒక విద్యార్థిలాగా అయిపోతున్నా. ఈ విద్యార్థులకి ఈ చిన్న ఉడతా సాయంగా నేను చేసే పని వాళ్ళకి ఏ కొంతైనా ఉపయోగపడితే నా జన్మ ధన్యం అవుతుంది.
My journey with the Rehabilitation Institute from LV Prasad has been for over 22 years, and it was wonderful to be helpful to somebody who is in need. It gives immense of satisfaction and completeness in life.
I feel very blessed as a volunteer to be able to be a small drop in this ocean, which helps benefit the students keen to learn.
It gives me immense pleasure to know that my work as volunteer with LVP Rehab Center helps the needy, because educating others is the best service one can do to the society.
I have been associated with LVPEI for the past few years. My experience with them has been scintillating, smooth sailing, and one of extreme fulfillment.
I've been volunteering the service of audio recording almost since 7 to 9 years. A wonderful experience, and I consider it as a God blessing and gifted to be associated with LVPEI.
I've been volunteering with LVPEI Institute since last 6 months. It's been a wonderful journey. This tiny support from me is allowing kids to pursue their dreams, which is a big motivation for me.
I'm very happy to render my services to LV Prasad Eye Institute. It gives me immense satisfaction that my reading is useful to visually impaired students.
I volunteer for LV Prasad Eye Institute for almost 5 years now. The 1 hour I spend in recording helps me unwind and relax. It not only enhances my knowledge base, but also gives me a different perspective.
The recordings that we do not only helps the person or the institution for whom we are recording, but also helps us in 2 ways. One, we gain enormous knowledge out of the content that we record. There is a wonderful emotional connect with the cause.
The initiative taken by the LV Prasad Eye Institute in making audiobooks for the visually impaired is really commendable. And I feel I am really grateful to the Institute for making me a part of this initiative.
I'm so very happy to be part of this team. The work is so very nice, meaningful and satisfying. I thank Mrs. Vijayaramam and Mr. Vinay for giving me this opportunity.
ప్రసాద్ ఐ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లో వాలంటీర్గా పనిచేస్తూ విజువల్లీ ఇంపైర్డ్ విద్యార్థులకు తెలుగులో పాఠాలు చదువుతూ మానసిక ఆనందాన్ని అనుభవిస్తున్నాను.
I am very happy and obliged to LV Prasad Eye Institute for giving me an opportunity to be of help to my friends who need help. And I can't express this happiness in words, but I would like to express my thanks.
It's 10 years since I started volunteering for LV Prasad Rehabilitation Unit. I've enjoyed every moment of it, especially when the students come back and tell you how nice it was to hear the lessons spoken so clearly. It makes you feel so satisfied. It's a wonderful experience, and I would encourage everyone to volunteer.
पैरों की बेड़िया ख्वाबों को बांधे नहीं रे, कभी नहीं रे। मिट्टी की परतों को गन्ने से अंकुर भी चीरे, धीरे धीरे। इरादे हरे भरे जिनके सीनों में घर करे, वो दिल की सुने करे, ना डरे ना डरे।
I successfully completed the basic computer program. Currently, I am working as a senior accessibility tester in HCL Technologies. I will never forget the support given by LVPEI for the rest of my life.
నేను లో విజన్ సమస్యతో బాధపడుతున్నా. దీనికోసం నేను ఎల్వి ప్రసాద్ లో విజన్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్కి వెళ్తే నాకు వాళ్ళు తీసుకున్న కేరింగ్ నాకు చాలా బాగా ఉపయోగపడింది.
From my childhood, this institution has provided and trained me with different visual supporting instruments which help me to overcome my disability.
सुबह की किरणों को रोके जो सलाखें हैं कहाँ, जो ख्यालों पे पहरे डाले वो आंखें हैं कहाँ। पर खुलने की देरी है, परिंदे उड़ के चूमेंगे आसमां आसमां आसमां। सुबह की किरणों को रोके जो सलाखें हैं कहाँ, जो ख्यालों पे पहरे डाले वो आंखें हैं कहाँ। पर खुलने की देरी है, परिंदे उड़ के चूमेंगे आसमां आसमां आसमां।
Divakar, the stage is yours.
तेरी गलियां गलियां तेरी गलियां। जीले जीले
The winner of NAB Sarojini Triloknath National Award in the Best Institution category this year is the LV Prasad Eye Institute.
TMF has been associated with LVPEI for more than 10 years. The common vision of working for rehabilitation of visually challenged has brought us together in a partnership of two impactful projects of Smart Plus and the Early Intervention Project for Children with Multiple Disabilities.
Mission for Vision is very pleased to have partnered with the LV Prasad Eye Institute and Renews India for the establishment of this unique special needs vision clinic in order to address the ocular needs of children with various disabilities. It is impressive that the learning from this special initiative has enabled valuable evidence through publications.
I am very happy to extend the services to the visually challenged people through audio recordings. Especially during the COVID period, we could not go to the center, but I am doing this recording at home and I will definitely continue doing this.
LVPEIలో వర్క్ చేయడం నాకు చాలా హ్యాపీగా అనిపించింది. ఎందుకంటే సిబిఆర్ అనే టీం ద్వారా విజన్ ఇంపైర్మెంట్ అలాగే బ్లైండ్ పీపుల్కి సర్వీస్ చేయడం, ఆ టీంలో నేను ఉండడం, అలాగే LVPEIలో జాబ్ చేస్తూ నా ఫ్యామిలీకి సపోర్ట్గా ఉండడం నాకు హ్యాపీగా అనిపించింది.
The vision therapist and physiotherapist here really does do wonders, and they have great exercises, programs that helped Andre recover fast. Thank you very much. LVPEI has indeed great and caring and approachable medical practitioners. So my family will forever be grateful for LVPEI for taking good care of Andre and us.
మన ఎల్వి ప్రసాద్ ఐ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ద్వారా ప్రొవైడ్ చేయబడుతున్న ఈ ఐటీ కోర్స్ నేర్చుకొని ఎంతోమంది విద్యార్థులు తమ లక్ష్య సాధనకు దీనిని ఉపయోగించుకోవడం మాకెంతో సంతోషకరంగా ఉంది. ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్లో కూడా ఈ ఐటీ కోర్స్ ద్వారా ఇంకా ఎంతోమంది వాళ్ళ జీవితాలలో ఉన్నతమైన స్థాయిలో ఎదగడానికి ఉపయోగపడుతుందని మా ఆశ.
बहुत गर्व महसूस हो रहा है कि मैं रिहैब डिपार्टमेंट में काम कर रहा हूँ और इस पदवी के द्वारा मुझे दृष्टिहीन लोगों का सेवा करने का मौका मिला है.
ఎవ్రీ చైల్డ్ ఈస్ యూనిక్. చిన్న చిన్న ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ రావడానికి కూడా వీరికి చాలా సమయం పడుతుంది. స్టిల్ వీళ్ళలో వచ్చే చిన్న చిన్న ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ కూడా వారి పేరెంట్స్ మొహాల్లో చూసే ఆనందం మాకు ఎంతో సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ ఇస్తుంది.
During these pandemic times, the voice lending from home is supporting those who really need them. There are a lot of limitations, but despite those limitations, I feel that we can do something.
Ever since I have got associated with the rehabilitation program, I feel very happy that I am able to do a bit on my part.
Every single client who come to us inspires us to create a new possible way to enhance our quality of work.
So we have been serving since 1992, and without your support to provide services for our clients with visual impairment would not have been possible. Cheers to you all. Thank you so much. And I just want to share a few things. Like, I remember, many of our clients, as soon as they hear the volunteer's voice, "Hey, ma'am, is that you?" So there's a bond that happens. And I remember during summer camps that we have once in a year, our volunteers would come and sit with us on the floor, packing gifts for our clients, like as if it's their home. It's so overwhelming. The joy is so overwhelming to see this happening. And I also remember, like, when family member, they would come and they say, "Okay, we are going to take the kids to KFC or somewhere to eat." I didn't go, but I'm just saying. Next on, I request Dr. Beulah Christie to talk about the projects that we have. That's something new with us. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
I remember the way we started the services here at LV Prasad Eye Institute. Mainly it's patients with various eye condition. They come here for treatment, and if their vision cannot be restored through medical intervention, then they are all referred for the rehabilitation care. So I remember the day I joined here. I joined this institute on June 4th, 1992. So you can calculate my age by now. I'm that old now. So when we started, we were given only a single room, and our role was like whenever the patients were referred, to explain them what is their eye condition, medical condition, whether will there be any further deterioration of vision, or can they expect anything better. Only that's it. So then we thought, like, if the doctors, if they already explain what is their eye condition, probably they may not understand what is RP or what is macular degeneration. But then, if that alone, if we are also going to repeat, then there is no point having counselors and then helping them. We are not actually helping them in any ways. In fact, we were making them more depressed, repeating the same things. That's when we talked to the management, explaining the need for providing the intervention directly. It's not the counseling alone. And then slowly we started developing the unit. Those of you who have already seen the department, the services that whatever we are offering, and from the video, I'm sure you might have understood, like how we are serving the people with vision impairment, and then those with other additional developmental delays and disabilities. So trust me, we did not want to repeat anything just because somebody is doing, some other organization. It's all came emerged based upon the requirement of our own clients. So those who came, and then the moment when we were stuck, like we thought, like, okay, we don't have this, we don't have solution for this, we could not do this. That's how we developed all the services so far. I'm so glad to update you about the two unique services that we recently established. One on October 21st, and the other one we are going to launch in January. So I'm just going to brief you about those two new initiatives now. So isn't this a very beautiful picture for us to watch children playing and enjoying themselves? So what if I'm slightly, showing the picture in a slightly different way? Can you recognize the emotions of these children? Do you really appreciate this picture even now, the way that you enjoyed it previously? I can imagine, like, looking at this picture for, if I ask you to look at the picture for 2 more minutes, the experience might be quite frustrating, right? But unfortunately, this is the everyday experience of child like him, who is being suffering with brain-based vision impairment, a condition called as cortical cerebral visual impairment. So the difference between the visual impairment and brain-based vision impairment, it could be anywhere within your ocular part of the eye. It could be a retina or cornea or the optic nerves, anywhere. But this is the insult in the brain, right? So if I have the group of children who are affected by glaucoma or by retinopathy of prematurity or any other medical condition, the management would be more or less similar for all children. It's easier, like, based upon their visual acuity, based upon their vision, probably we can say, like, yeah, we need to introduce the braille or low vision devices or the mobility training. You can generalize. But in case of this condition, it's not going to be like this, because the condition is the brain, it is not converting the raw data, whatever we are seeing, into the reliable and meaningful image that can be interpreted and acted upon. So the problem here is, like, based upon the lobe that is affected, based upon the area, the severity of the insult, the children may also have other developmental delays and disabilities. So this is a largely unaddressed and unspoken crisis, because, like, unlike the ocular visual impairment, there won't be any ocular abnormality for you to understand, first of all, if the child is having visual disability as such. And this is the leading cause of vision impairment globally. pediatric vision impairment. The reason being, like, one end we are very happy that medical advancement, we are able to, help these children survive, but then that much of effect of children living with vision problem and then multiple disabilities. And the data from US, it clearly says like 1 in 30 kids have severe related, vision difficulties. And the sad part is, globally, about 60 to 70% of children with CVA will also have additional developmental delays and disabilities. For sure, they will have cerebral palsy, most children, and then they will have speech problem, motor problem, and varying other problems. And the sad part again here is these children, they can't even express, like, what are their difficulties. Neither the parents can recognize what they can do, what they cannot do, and the children themselves also directly they cannot express, because mostly these kids are non-verbal. And only less than 20% of these kids are diagnosed with this proper condition, because otherwise they are generally labeled, okay, this child is visually impaired. But again, remember that the intervention that you plan for child with vision impairment will not work for this child unless you understand what is wrong with the child's brain, which particular area is affected. So what's happening in India? In India, again, the prevalence is up to 40%. We are learning, and it could be more also. And our own data from LVPEI data, the children, they are referred for the rehabilitation services. We are understanding about 33% of them are diagnosed with cortical cerebral vision impairment. And it's a huge burden on us. We are not prepared, lack of awareness, and then we don't have enough trained human resources to tackle this problem. And then we don't have other resources also, the training materials to educate the parent. A lot of policy changes that we have to bring, the early detection, early assessment, and early intervention, all of it. That's the reason we have recently launched this program called Cortical Cerebral Vision Impairment Resource Center here, right in the Hyderabad campus, with the generous contribution made by the Columbus Global Private Limited. So they committed to support the program for the next 3 years. So through this project, like, we were not only supporting the children and their families, we thank you all. So we have plans to develop a lot of educational, content for the parents, and we'll take the initiative to discuss with varying government personnel to develop, policy documents. And then we want to reach out to other states also. Sooner, it's our biggest dream. This resource center that we have established here, we want to turn it as the national resource center. So I'm glad to share you, like, in connection to this project, another donor known as Vision 8 from US, they came forward again to start up the similar services in the Vizag campus. Very glad to update on January 4th that we'll be formally launching this project also. We are just setting the resources that are required for that. So soon we will begin the services also. The second major initiative that we have undertaken is the economic independence, economic dignity for the visually impaired. So this is this data of, that we can find from anywhere. This is the release from the Ministry of Social Welfare and Justice. So officially on record, we have 70 million people who are disabled in India. Of which, how many are employed? When they say employed, usually they don't calculate people with intellectual impairment or a very severe category. So this is like among the people who are at employable age group, say starting from 18 years up to 55 years, only 0.1 million are getting some sort of employment opportunities, that too in the urban sectors. So what about the remaining? You might have seen the computer training center even at LVPI, and many other places, many other organizations are also doing it. So what we generally do post their training, we find meaningful job placement, starting from the retail stores to IT sector. They work at content developers, and then the web designers, and then the billing counter. Anything related to do with computer work, you can easily place them. But what about someone at 45 years living in the rural area? So, and what about, those who are not interested on, technology based job, and women, elderly? So it's not really practical to, bring everybody and then teach computer and then find job placement. That doesn't make any sense, right? And also with the other additional compound challenges of those from rural background, poverty, illiteracy, and the family members, they don't allow them to go. Oh no, even among children also they say, why you are not sending your child to the school? No, 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 already blind. If the child is falling again, who will take care? They have their own limitations, constraints, so many other things are there. So because of all these reasons, it's just 0.1 million people are, getting some job placements and then earning some livelihoods. So that's the reason it's our initiative. We are developing the skills development unit. So thanks to the donors, Professor Mupavarapu Ramakrishna, who donated his 2 acres land, and then Gangadi Investment, who is helping us in developing this project. This project is our dream project, very close to our heart. Probably our next volunteer meet, we should conduct it in this place. Very happy to update. This project is means the construction work is in its nearing its completion. It's in a place called Tolkata, in the Mandal Mainabad. From here, it will be about 40 kilometers distance wise. It is too far, but what we are planning is, like, it's sort of developing this as an inclusive model to provide the livelihood initiatives. So how it is going to be different? What is inclusive? um, Usually, all our projects so far, we have done it only for people with vision impairment, and at the most, vision impairment and the combination of other developmental disabilities. But here, for the first time, we are going to include people of other categories: hearing impaired, locomotor, and then family members. Because, training them on something and then to ensure the sustainability, to ensure the family cooperation support, to ensure, the enhance the income of the whole family as such. So we want to involve the family members also in the training. If one person is enrolled for the training, along with that person, at minimum of one person from their family, one or more, are most welcome. And then we also want to include the rural unemployed youth, mainly the women. We want to empower them as well. So this is going to be the more community inclusive approach. And for the first time in LVP's history, we are going to give them the free boarding and lodging facility. As I said, since it's going to be far away from the city, considering their safety, travel time, and all other factors, we are planning their accommodation there itself. It's a very safe environment, 100% accessibility, um, and then it will have the full-fledged facilities, whatever you name it for accessibility, right from the signage or the tactile path, or the railing. It is exclusively designed, the interiors based upon someone on a wheelchair. If they want to move the 2 acres of campus on their own, they can easily do it without anyone's support. It's of, that kind that we are developing. And we will have these skills trainers, who can provide the training in the areas they want to train. And we will, allow them to choose like what they want to learn from the, whole list of traits that we have identified. So we are planning to implement this in phase wise. I'll show you the phase wise activities what we are planning for the A1 to begin with immediately. And post their training, what we will do, like suppose if it is tailoring, somebody is interested in learning, it's going to be 3 month structured training program. So post their training, we will go to their village, we will assess, like, where to put up that, like what resources are required. Is that the tailoring machine they want, or marketing help they want? So whatever is the additional follow-up support they require, everything will be ensured from LVPI. So overall, what we are planning, it is 50 to 60% with disabilities, and then 15 to 25. This is the first time we are doing. Like those of you who have seen here, within LVPay the vocational unit. So the same thing we will be replicating there. I'm sorry, I think I skipped that slide or it got deleted. So the trades what we are planning is the tailoring of jute and cloth products, the varying designs, right from tote bag or laptop bag, you name it, anything, all of that. And then t-shirt printing, coffee mug printing, and then a lot of other artwork like mandala artwork, keychains, and then home decors, and then vermicompost. All of these are we are initiating in phase one activities. As it goes further, we will be expanding, we will be introducing more products. Like right now we are exploring what that can be done independently, considering their visual limitation. Safety is the key point here. So based on that, we are exploring the different products. So this is the project area. Since the still the construction is happening, that will end by this month end. So we will have the hostel facilities and the accommodation, independent places, and it's a very beautiful locations. We all as a team decided the next winter camp, summer camp, and I'm adding now the next volunteer meet also. I think we should have it. Like these mangoes, you just stand and then you just raise your hands. You need not jump also. Just raise your hands, you can plug. And you name all the varieties, everything is there. And we are planning more plantations also here. And then we want to introduce the gardening concept, since most of them are from rural background. Like why not that? So that we are introducing. So there are dedicated places within the 2 acres. We decided like this is for the permanent big trees like jackfruit, many other fruits other than the mangoes. And then you have space for kitchen garden, right from brinjal, tomato, everything, any vegetables, you name it. So it's going to be the beautiful experience. And we are also thinking like why not as a corporate experience, if somebody is interested, come and then spend their weekdays, weekends, 2 days campaign there. They can come and then stay. We have accommodation facilities for that also. If they want to explore the cultivation part, they're most welcome. So now we have different plans. The reason why we are sharing these initiatives, where you can pitch in, where you can bring more ideas. um, Probably or some of your family members will be interested, they can come, they can visit, spend time with them. So we want to make it more inclusive. And also if you happen to see anyone who is need of some economic independence, you can always refer them. As I said, safety wise, you need not worry much. Once if they are enrolled, until they complete their training program, everything will be taken care. So yeah, I didn't miss it, it's here. So these are the activities that we have planned. Some of it that we already explored it here already, except for the kitchen garden and then compost. The remaining items, it is all done here. So we are highly confident these things can be replicated. And then if you have any thoughts, please share it with us. We can incorporate those ideas also. And same thing, thanks to one of our volunteers, Pratipa Garu. She's based in Bangalore. So she came forward, and then when we shared this idea, like she saw the vocational unit here. So she asked like like do you have any requirement? Then we expressed our interest, like we want to introduce the services in our other campuses. So she came forward to support, initiate the services, vocational training in the Vizag campus. So thanks to Pratipha Garu. I'm not sure Vinay if she's connected, uh, but our deepest gratitude to her. um this one also, like this is we just started with the existing facility whatever is given to us. But what we are going to do, we are expanding the services here. The new building is being constructed, so even that will be on place by January. Officially we'll be inaugurating that. So thanks to you all. This is what we want to share. So if you have any new ideas, anything that you feel, simple thing is like you can just blindfold. Like you may have some hobbies, right? Like you can just blindfold yourself and then just try, like okay, why not this, or anything. If you feel like with some adaptations, tactile clues, if you can teach. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Christie. The project shows sound exciting, especially the Kolkata one. I'm going to ask you if I can holiday there. Uh, And moving on, I'd like to play two videos regarding about these projects. The first one is the Cortical Cerebral Vision Impairment Center, and the second one is we have compiled all the products that are made by persons with visual impairment under the Livelihood Skills Development Center. The videos, please.
Imagine a world where the simple act of seeing becomes a complex challenge, where the vibrant colors of life fade into uncertainty. This is the reality for children grappling with cortical cerebral visual impairment, a condition that casts a shadow over their perception of the world. CVI, a brain based visual impairment, affects 30 to 40% of children with visual impairment worldwide. Over 60 to 70% of children with CVI have additional disabilities, making early diagnosis and comprehensive support essential. In response to this pressing need, we present the Cortical Cerebral Visual Impairment Resource Center, a sanctuary of hope and healing established through the generous support of Columbus Global to alleviate this burden and pave the way for a brighter future.
Columbus Global are very humbled and proud to partner with LV Prasad Eye Institute in supporting children affected by cerebral visual impairment. Columbus and LVPEI have a shared vision of using the power of innovation and compassion to transform the lives of our young children and families affected by cerebral visual impairment. By coming together for such causes, we can create a brighter and more inclusive future.
At our resource center, we understand that every child's journey with cortical cerebral visual impairment is unique, shaped by the specific challenges they face due to insults in the brain. That's why we offer individualized intervention programs tailored to the distinct needs of each child. We offer clinical examinations, vision assessments, and face-specific support. We also provide vision stimulation therapies, visual skills and visual perceptual skills training, speech therapy, physiotherapy, special education, and home environment modifications. We also engage the children in group activities and foster social interactions and emotional well-being. Our parental support group ensures a sense of unity and strength. We empower older children with essential life skills, enhancing their independence. At the Cortical Cerebral Visual Impairment Resource Center, we nurture dreams and abilities, creating a world where every child thrives.
all these products that you've just seen are made by persons with visual impairment. And an exciting news for all of you is that these products will be at display outside at the stalls. Moving on, it's an honor to have Dr. Gullapalli Nageshwar Rao, founder and chair LV Prasad Eye Institute, among us now. Without him, and he's the pillar who never says no to whatever dreams we have. Dr. Rao, we welcome you to address the gathering.
In the 37-year-old journey that our institute had, we have grown into a 5-tier structure, providing care from the community primary care in the remotest rural and tribal areas to what we have here in Banjara Hills at the advanced tertiary level. And we also have 10 functional arms. And vision rehabilitation is one of the most important of those functional arms. A constituent of we are very proud of. Because when we started the institute, I had no idea about vision rehabilitation. The only simple desire I had at that time was that we have to be a comprehensive facility and provide everything related to vision under one umbrella. That's when I began to learn about rehabilitation. And we were fortunate to be able to recruit people like Beulah and others. And that made it happen. And it turns out that we became the first eye institute in the world to integrate vision rehabilitation as an essential component of an eye institute's work. I didn't realize until the famous Professor Alan Bird from the 400-year-old Moorfields Eye Hospital in London on a visit here pointed that out to me. Because he said, Nag, we have become the second center now after 400 years to start vision rehabilitation. Without thinking, I asked who was the first. He laughed and said, you. And what has happened over these years is incredible, quite impactful. We touched the lives of nearly 200,000 people with different types of irreversible vision loss. And we'll continue the journey. We have big plans. Beulah and her team are always after me for more and more and more. And I'm sure with the spirit that that entire team has, we'll continue to move forwards in our path to help more and more people with irreversible vision loss in a variety of ways. And your participation in this effort is deeply appreciated. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. It means a lot to us. Next, we have Mr. Mahesh Kumar. He's a trainer at the Livelihood Skills Development Center, and he's going to share his transformation story. Mahesh?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mahesh. I tell about my experience. యాక్చువల్లీ చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి నాకు ప్రాబ్లం అనేది ఉండేది. అంటే అది ఎంతవరకు అంటే నా స్టడీస్ చదువుకునేవాడిని, రాసుకునేవాడిని. నేను కొన్ని వెళ్ళేవాడిని. ఆల్ ఆఫ్ సడన్ 2014లో నా విజన్ అనేది సివియర్‌గా లాస్ అయింది. అప్పుడు నేను 9థ్ స్టాండర్డ్ చదువుతున్నాను. ఓకే. 9థ్ స్టాండర్డ్ చదువుతున్నాను. తర్వాత 14-17 నేను కైండ్ ఆఫ్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్‌లో ఎ వెళ్ళిపోయాను. వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత యాక్చువల్లీ నా స్టడీస్ డిస్కంటిన్యూ చేశాను 9థ్ వరకు. ఆ 3 ఇయర్స్ అనేది వన్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ డిప్రెషన్‌లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నానని నాకు అర్థమవుతుంది. కానీ వేరే సోర్స్ లేదు నాకు. ఎందుకంటే చూపు అనేది తక్కువైపోయింది. చిన్న వయసు 18, 20, 16, 17 ఇయర్స్ ఉంటాయి. కానీ ఏం చేయాలో అర్థం అవ్వట్లేదు. ఎందుకంటే నాకు అది కొత్త ప్రపంచంలా అనిపించింది. కానీ మా కజిన్ ఒకతనుండి ఎల్వి ప్రసాద్ ఐ ఇన్‌స్టిట్యూట్‌కి వెళ్తే మేబీ నీకేదైనా సొల్యూషన్ దొరకొచ్చు అని చెప్పాడు. నేను 2017 డిసెంబర్ 28కి ఇక్కడొచ్చాను యాక్చువల్లీ. అయితే నేను చెకప్ అయిపోయింది ఆ రోజు. అయిపోయిన తర్వాత సుభద్ర జలాలి అన్నారు, "ఓకే మహేష్, ఇప్పుడు నీకున్న ప్రాబ్లమ్‌కైతే ఇక్కడే కాదు, ఎక్కడ మెడిసిన్ అనేది లేదు. కానీ నీకు సొల్యూషన్ ఇస్తున్నాను. రిహాబిలిటేషన్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్‌కి నేను రిఫర్ చేస్తున్నాను. అక్కడ నీకు మెడిసిన్‌తోనే కాంది, నీకు వేరే ట్రైనింగ్ ఇచ్చి నువ్వు ఫర్దర్‌గా చదువుకోవాలి, జాబ్ చేయాలంటే అలాంటి ట్రైనింగ్స్ నీకిస్తారు. ట్రైనింగ్ ఇస్తారు. తర్వాత నాకు ఇక్కడికి 28 డిసెంబర్ 2017లో నేను వచ్చాను. అంటే రిఫర్ చేశారు. కిందికొచ్చాను గ్రౌండ్ ఫ్లోర్‌కి రిహాబ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్‌కి. లక్ష్మి గారు అని నాకు ట్రైనింగ్ కౌన్సెలింగ్ చేశారు తను. కానీ కౌన్సెలింగ్ చేసినప్పుడు నాకు మైండ్ డైవర్ట్ అవ్వట్లేదు. మాలాంటి వాళ్ళు ఏం చేయగలుగుతారు? కనిపియదు. ఎంతవరకు చేయగలుగుతారు? నాకు అది కొత్త ప్రపంచం అనిపించి తర్వాత మేడం లక్ష్మి గారు ఏం చేశారు అంటే ఐటీ కంప్యూటర్ ల్యాబ్‌కి నన్ను పంపించి అక్కడ ట్రైనింగ్ కోసం నన్ను రిఫర్ చేశారు తను. కానీ అక్కడ బ్యాచ్‌లో వేకెన్సీ లేదు. అప్పటికి ఫిల్ అయిపోయింది. కానీ లక్ష్మి గారు, మోహన్ గారు అని ఒక ట్రైనర్ ఉంటే తనకి రిక్వెస్ట్ చేసి 8:30-10 బ్యాచ్‌కి నన్ను పెట్టారు. ఒక 10 డేస్ అయింది. 10 డేస్ తర్వాత లక్ష్మి గారొచ్చి నన్ను రివ్యూ తీసుకున్నారు. ఎలా ఉంది అంటే నాకు అప్పటికి మైండ్‌లో చేంజ్ రాలేదు. నాకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ లేదు అన్నాను. తను మళ్ళీ అన్నారు, "ఇంకో 10 డేస్ చూస్తాం." ఓకే. మళ్ళీ 10 డేస్ 8:30-10 1 వరకు వచ్చాను. అప్పటికి నాలో ఏ మార్పు లేదు. మళ్ళీ రివ్యూ చేశారు తను. చేస్తే మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ 10 డేస్ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ నేనే ఎళ్లి చెప్పాను. అంటే అందరితో అసోసియేట్ అయ్యి, అందరిని చూసి, నేర్చుకొని, అచ్చా ఓకే, మాలాంటి వాళ్ళకి కూడా ఒక ప్రపంచం అనేది ఉంది అని నేనే లక్ష్మి గారికెళ్ళి చెప్పాను. ఓకే అండి, నాకు ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్‌గా ఉంది. నేను కంటిన్యూ అవుతాను అని చెప్పాను. తర్వాత ఓకే, కంటిన్యూ అయ్యాను. జనవరి టు ఏప్రిల్ నా కోచింగ్ అయిపోయింది. కానీ నా స్టడీస్ డిస్కంటిన్యూ 9థ్ అయిపోయింది. కానీ అప్పుడే నేను డిస్టెన్స్‌లో 10థ్ అప్లికేషన్ తీసుకున్నాను. తీసుకున్న తర్వాత ఎట్లా చదవాలి? అదో క్వెషన్ మార్క్. తర్వాత మోహన్ గారు ఉండేసి వినయ్ గారికి కనెక్ట్ చేశారు. వినయ్ గారు అన్నారు, "లేదమ్మా, కనిపియకుండా కూడా మీరు చదువుకోవచ్చు. ఎలా అంటే ఇక్కడ ఆడియో బుక్స్ అనేటివుంటాయి. మన సాంగ్స్ ఎలా వింటాం, అలా ఆడియో బుక్స్ అనేటివి ఇక్కడ ఉంటాయి. అలాంటివి మీరు వినేసి, మీరు మైండ్‌లో పెట్టుకొని మీకు ఒక స్క్రైబ్ అనేవారు ఒకడొస్తారు. అంటే రైటర్ అనేవాళ్ళు ఒకడొస్తారు. మీరు వాళ్ళ క్వెషన్ చదివితే మీరు ఆన్సర్ చెప్తే వాళ్ళు ఆన్సర్ రాస్తారు. మీరు రాయాల్సిన అవసరం కూడా లేదు" అన్నారు. ఓకే. అది కూడా చూసాను. తర్వాత అప్లికేషన్ అయిపోయింది. నాకు ఎగ్జామ్‌కి 6 మంత్స్ ఉన్న తర్వాత నేను రీడింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. ఆడియో బుక్స్ నాకు తీసుకున్నాను, చేశాను. అది ఇంకొంచెం అర్థం అవ్వకపోతే నేను ఇన్‌స్టిట్యూట్‌కి వచ్చేవాడిని. ఇన్‌స్టిట్యూట్‌కి వస్తే వాలంటీర్స్ నాకు డైరెక్ట్‌గా టీచర్స్ ఎలా నేర్పుతారో మమ్మల్ని దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని మాకు అలా నేర్పారు. థాంక్స్ టు వాలంటీర్స్ యాక్చువల్లీ. తర్వాత నా 10థ్ అయిపోయింది. 10థ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత నేను డిస్టెన్స్‌లో డిగ్రీ చేశాను. 2019-2022 యాక్చువల్లీ నా బ్యాచ్. అప్పుడు కూడా నేను బుక్స్ అనేవి తీసుకొని, చదువుకొని చేశాను. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ వొకేషనల్ అనే యూనిట్‌లో డాక్టర్ బ్యూలా గారు నన్ను రిఫర్ చేశారు. ఏమని, "నువ్వు స్టడీస్‌తో పాటు నీ ఫైనాన్షియల్‌గా వెళ్లుండాలంటే నీకొక సెల్ఫ్ ఎంప్లాయ్‌మెంట్ అనేది ఉండాలి ప్రస్తుతానికి. ఎందుకంటే నీ స్టడీస్‌కి గానీ, బుక్స్ కానీ ట్రావెల్ కానీ ఇంట్లో వాళ్ళ మీద బడన్ అవ్వకుండా నీకు సెల్ఫ్ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ అనేది ఒకటి ఉండాలి అని నన్ను రవీంద్ర గారికి కనెక్ట్ చేశారు తను యాక్చువల్లీ. తర్వాత 2019 టు 2000 ఆగస్ట్ 1 2019 టు 2023 వరకు నేను యాక్చువల్లీ ఒకేషనల్లో చేశాను సెల్ఫ్ ఎంప్లాయ్గా ఏం చేశాను అంటే జూట్ బ్యాగ్స్, క్లాత్ బ్యాగ్స్, పేపర్ బ్యాగ్స్, లంచ్ బ్యాగ్స్, షాపింగ్ బ్యాగ్స్, ల్యాప్టాప్ బ్యాగ్స్, ఇవన్నీ ఆ 4 ఇయర్స్ సెల్ఫ్ ఎంప్లాయ్తో చేసి అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం నేను నా స్టడీస్ కంటిన్యూ చేసి నేను యాక్చువల్లీ డిగ్రీ లాస్ట్ ఈ ఇయరే అయిపోయింది యాక్చువల్లీ. అంటే 1 బ్యాక్లాగ్స్ ఉండే. 2019 టు 2023 నేను మా ఇంట్లో వాళ్ళ మీద అంటే ఫైనాన్షియల్గా బర్డన్ అవ్వకుండా నా ట్రావెల్ ఛార్జ్ కానీ నా ఎవ్రీథింగ్ నేనే చూసుకునేవాడిని. అంటే అది ప్రౌడ్ కాదంటే చేశాను ఇంట్లో వాళ్ళు బర్డన్ అవ్వకుండా. కానీ అట్ సేమ్ టైం 2023 ఆగస్ట్ 1కి నేను అఫీషియల్గా ఎంప్లాయ్ అయ్యాను ఇక్కడ యాజ్ అ ట్రైనర్గా ఒకేషనల్లో. అంటే ఈ జర్నీలో రియాబ్ సపోర్ట్ తీసుకొని నేను అంటే నాకు తెలుసు నేను వచ్చినప్పుడు నా స్టేటస్ ఏంది, నా లెవెల్ ఏంది అనేది. స్టిల్ టుడే నేను అదే టీంలో వన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎంప్లాయ్ అయ్యాను. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ రియాబ్ టీమ్. ఎందుకంటే రియాబ్ సర్వీసెస్ తీసుకొని నేను ఒక ఎంప్లాయ్ అయ్యాను. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం ఇప్పుడు టీంలో వన్ ఆఫ్ ద మెంబరే అదే సర్వీసెస్ నేను వేరే స్టూడెంట్స్కి ఇస్తున్నాను. ఐఎమ్ వెరీ ప్రౌడ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్.
Thank you, Mahesh. We do have many such transformation stories, and it is heartwarming to listen to our clients talk about their transformation. I won't say Mahesh is a client anymore. He'll kill me. He's our employee. And moving on, now we have almost come to the last 2 segments. We have our Young Volunteer Speak segment. We have 3 brilliant, radiant youngsters, Samhita Reddy, Siddharth Mane, who is here with us in person, and Ranveer Patil, who's joined us virtually. And to talk about them, they came here for internship and then volunteering in the month of June. And trust me, I was more scared of them than anybody else, because the first question they ask you is, what work are you assigning us today? So to start off, I request Samhita, then followed by Siddharth and Ranveer to share their stories. Thank you.
A very good morning to everyone gathered here. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my experience working as a volunteer for this esteemed institution. My journey as a volunteer in LV Prasad started as a 9-year-old girl who accompanied her father to work to fuel curiosity about the institution. Coming here often and watching the rehabilitation staff help students with visual impairment made me want to take part in the process. I enjoyed recording audiobooks for the students and lending a helping hand. 6 years later, during my summer break after high school, I got the chance to make my way back to LV Prasad's Rehabilitation Center as a volunteer. Little did I know that this would be a deeply rewarding experience for me. Over the course of 4 weeks, I had the privilege to contribute to various services and creating a supportive community. Through audiobook recording, book scanning, filming documentary, and organizing events, I witnessed the power of compassion, empathy, and patience while strengthening a sense of independence among the visually impaired. One of the biggest challenges for the students is feeling confident in their communication skills. I had the privilege of conducting communication and confidence building classes where I helped them improve their confidence and spoken language abilities. Working closely with the students taught me the true definition of compassion, their curiosity about things, their will and constant push to keep learning more, and the joy in their faces when they achieve their goals have all inspired me in different kinds of ways. Watching them grow independent and confident brought true happiness to us. This is a learning experience one could gain only in an institution such as this. Their commitment and dedication to empowering visually impaired individuals is truly inspiring. I think what makes the rehabilitation and the education department an even better place to work is its staff. You don't have to be specialized, certified, or a doctor to do your part to give back to the society. All it takes is a kind heart. Through this journey, I have not only contributed to the lives of others, but also found a sense of fulfillment and purpose that will continue to inspire me to make a positive difference in the world. I will forever be grateful for the lessons, experiences, and the memories that I take from here, which will shape my future endeavors. Thank you.
Hello, good morning to everyone. My name is Siddharth. It's an honor to be able to speak with all of you today. I volunteered at the Institute for Vision Rehab this June and July during my break, and I'm only 17 years right now, so my time at the center was my first experience, at a rehab center, hospital, even a workplace. So when I first came here, I wanted to learn more about what we were doing for those with visual impairment, right? And I presumed this would be through medicine, but I realized it was so much more than this. Empathy, personal connection, and a positive environment, they're all essential aspects to care, and they're aspects that this center puts above all else. I'd say my most memorable parts of my time working here was with the communication, the soft skill workshops for the IT students and filming a short documentary. And the communication and confidence is such an important part of who we are. And through the activities or the different events that were put up by other volunteers and we got to see the gradual increase in how students would open up to us, open up to others, and improve their confidence. And seeing an IT batch on day 1 and day 90, there was such a stark difference. By day 90, they'd all be one family. And that's one thing I appreciated so much when I was here. I remember on one weekend, we planned an event for all the IT students where they could have fun and wind down while they were nearing the end of their term. And at one point, so much of the department joined in. We saw staff and trainees and more. And I realized that everyone at the center was part of one close-knit family. And I didn't feel like I was walking to a workplace every morning, but a family who were dedicated to caring and helping each other. And I don't believe there's a lot of places, even in the biggest cities like Hyderabad, that have dedicated facilities for early intervention and vision rehab. And knowing that I was helping out was very enriching. I felt that I had a lasting impact on these clients, and carrying that forward, it's something that I'm very proud of. Unfortunately, I'm moving off to college next year, so I won't be here as much, but my experience has inspired me to do more, learn more about vision problems and what I can do. And yeah, I walked into vision rehab expecting to see medicine in action, but I walked out realizing that empathy and personal connection were as important. So thank you.
Hello, am I audible? Hi, Miss Beulah. So I wasn't informed that I was supposed to be speaking today, so I feel like Aishwarya is getting back at me and like just putting me on the spot today, like I did at the last event that we had. But I will just speak whatever I can do impromptu. So I volunteer here in the summer along with Samita and Siddharth. And I think this was one of the most enriching experiences I've ever had, considering that I will be turning 16 this December and being able to make a difference. I think at such a young age, I wasn't aware of what to expect when I actually came there because I'm based in Bombay. And my mom was an alumnus there, and she just once told me that why don't you try going there and see what they do. And when I heard of rehabilitation, I just thought like, oh, it will be like just, basically counseling patients and like helping them. But when I went there, like they just said, it was so much more than just talking to them. I think the interactions that we had with the people there, and one thing that I took back was the bonds that we formed. The most enjoyable part of the entire experience was the connections that we formed with the students there in the IT sector, with the teachers, and with the entire staff there. They were extremely welcoming of us. And all in all, I would say it was something which it opened my eyes to actually what goes around in the world around us, because we are very shielded in general. And I think this was all in all a great experience. Yeah.
Siddharth is too tall. Yeah. Thank you, Samita, Siddharth, and Ranveer. I heard Siddharth and Ranveer saying one is 17 years old, one is 16 years old. Don't think that you're too young, like volunteering and all that. We have a potential volunteer who's already interested in volunteering. I would like to actually screen a picture of him. So he's Bharat. He's Lakshmi Garu, correct me, 7 months, right? 7 months old, and his grandson of Lakshmi Garu and Navnita's son. Navnita is an optometrist with us. So yeah, that's for you, Samita, Ranveer, and Siddharth. Moving on, I just want to make a few announcements. Now we'll move on to the last one. Like, as a token of appreciation from all of us, we would like to give you away something. And I request all the volunteers to please stand at your places so that my colleagues could give away the tokens to you. All the volunteers, please. May we have a round of applause for them. Who's this? Who's this?
So the auditorium to help us in the distribution.
Yes, please. Not so youngest, please come forward.
So these blocks are selected by the clients over here. We didn't say like the color blocks, whatever they have selected, and it's made by them. So then we can start from back. Yeah. Sir, speech is chal raha na? Yeah, we can give from here. Very good. Teacher, thank you. Thank you. I'll take photo. Hi. Was that I was late. I'll be help me. Okay.
I hope somebody will come.
Next This is for you, Vipro. I need
At least I'll acknowledge this.
We hope you like the presents. We have come to the conclusion almost. Before I ask Dr. Deva Jayaraman to come away and give away the vote of thanks, just want to make an announcement that after the program concludes, the stalls are open. Please network. And as soon as we go out, we'll be taking a group picture, and following that, you can have a look around the stalls. I now request Dr. Deva Jayaraman, rehabilitation specialist, to give away the vote of thanks.
Good morning, all of you. For me, it looks like the whole program is Thanksgiving. So I can see from the first agenda till the end, they are just thanking our volunteers, and that is true. And so this slide says volunteers do not necessarily have the time, they just have the heart. Thank you very much for giving all your hearts for bringing the change in the lives of persons with vision impairment. So for a parent of a person with special needs, like they have a set of commitment. And for a professional, it is another kind of commitment. But when it comes to the volunteers, you don't have any commitment. It is an option for you. But you committed yourself to shoulder our responsibilities in countless ways willingly. There is no forcing you. So we don't know whether even we could have done it if we are not the professionals. So the Institute for Vision Rehabilitation appreciates and salutes every one of you who are here in the auditorium and who are connected online and who are still helping us across the countries. And a couple of you would like to join us, but for some reasons who could not join here. And so thank you very much once again. So now when we look into the contribution to the society is the rent we pay to stay on this planet. So we have our CSRs here connected. Dr. Beulah pointed out that the support from Vision Aid and the support from Columbus, and we have and you have watched in the videos about a couple of CSRs spoken to us. So every one of you, every one of the CSRs played a unique role in bringing a change in the persons with vision impairment. So you not only empowered our clients with vision impairment, but also you are setting the model for others. Maybe in the initial stages, we had 1 or 2 CSR supporting us, but now you would have seen the screen, the first presenter, Shobita presented, who are the CSRs as volunteers getting connected with us. So thank you very much. I think you are the theme makers and change makers who can give the lead and get us to the next stage. So those who can do, and those who can do more, volunteer. You would have seen the vibrant young student volunteers who are with us connected. So, and we have student volunteers across the network, and Dr. Rao pointed out, we are connected throughout 3 states, and we are located in 275 locations. So across the network in the tertiary centers, we are developing the volunteer force, and here at Car Campus, that is the model. We just set it like nothing like this. So we have 1,100 volunteers. It's a very plus volunteers. It's a great source for us to initiate these services across the network. So thank you very much. The student force is also being connected, the educational institutions with the other tertiary center network also. So put together, it is heartwarming to witness the tremendous support from our volunteers through voice lending, scribing, reading, and facilitating training programs, and providing financial assistance to our clients for their educational, health, and domestic needs. Because we are seeing in our report, when we are preparing the report, we see a couple of donations every month from an individual or from a group of people. They're donating for our clients' education or the health needs. Sometimes we connect them directly to you because we just facilitate that support. So your selfless contributions have been instrumental in helping our clients leading an independent life, and thank you very much for that. It is hard to come out with adequate words to describe. How to describe our volunteers? So, really, it is very tough for us to put in one word like the volunteer is having this quality, or only helping, or generous. So, still, we could not complete the slide, but the program is on. So, from the 2 days, we are preparing this. Okay, thank you very much, because it is very difficult to describe how much your support means, and you are dedicated and focused, and you are hardworking and full of innovative ideas. So the success of impact and of the Vision Rehabilitation Institute is not possible because this particular sentence is being repeated in every presentation, and I too want to insist on this while thanking you. So we hope that good work you do will come back to you in many times, in many folds. Okay, thank you for your volunteering, and we hope to continue the journey together. Thank you very much.
So do you all believe we are just the team of 25 members working in the Institute for Vision Rehabilitation? Okay. So I always say, like, and how we are able to do all these activities, it is because of you, the 1,000+ volunteers in some form or the other, you're contributing to us. So I always count you all as our extended family, right? So running a family is not so easy, right? And then managing 1,000+ volunteers, it's so hard. Some will fix some schedule and then will call and then say not today, right? A student might be waiting and then arranging another volunteer to meet the need of that particular student. Some last minute request may come, like, I have to write my exam somewhere, can you arrange a volunteer? Then coordinating, calling. Some student might ask, like, I need this, I have to pay the fee, it's urgent, emergency, right? So many things are there. I would like to recognize the people who are behind the scene coordinating everything. They just come to me and then inform me, and then briefly we discuss, and then these are the two people who actually execute the action. I would like to invite Vinay and Aishwarya here. They truly deserve big round of applause from all of us. Please come here. It's my privilege to take a photo with you. And after that, I request everyone to come to the dais so that we can take a group photo as well.